Hi.
Adam, thank you very much indeed. Strong stuff. Good stuff. Thanks very much. At places like Merthyr Airport, public sector workers and their unions, they're everywhere. And this year, for the first time ever, workers in government unions all over the country will outnumber union workers in the private sector. With more, let's bring in Vincent Vernuccio from the Competitive Enterprise Institute. Vincent, you always bring us very interesting stuff. Right now, I want your judgment, if you would. As opposed to factual reporting, I want your judgment. Do you think we're beginning to rethink, as a country, as a culture, are we beginning to rethink the role of unions in the public sector?
Well, good morning, Stuart. I think we are. You look at New Jersey, you look at California, you look at some of these states that have promised outlandish benefits, over-the-top pensions that we simply cannot afford. They're finally starting to cut back. You're finally seeing Chris Christie, even Arnold Schwarzenegger, starting to say, hey, wait a minute, we can't afford this, it's too much. You look at the public sector, they get paid more than you. They get better benefits than you. These are not corporate giants. These are not Wall Street tycoons. These are government workers, and they're doing it with your money. They're burning through your money while getting just absolute outlandish benefits.
Now back to the premise of our interview, which is there are now more workers enrolled in public sector unions than in private sector employment in unions. Is that correct?
That's correct. The 2009 Bureau of Labor Statistics report said for the first time there are 7.9 million government sector workers as opposed to 7.2 private sector. And the reason for this is because the private sector has been steadily in decline. The unions in the private sector have been steadily declining for decades. But in the public sector, they have been astronomically increasing. And the reason is because there's no one on the other side of the bargaining table trying to put on the brakes on their requests. You have this vicious circle of unions getting into power, then supporting politicians, giving them money, the politicians getting elected, then giving payback back to the unions. The unions get more money, have more money to give politicians, and it keeps going and going and going.
It does indeed. Vincent Vernuccio, the Competitive Enterprise Institute. Thanks for joining us, Vincent. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Stuart.
Later this hour, two more examples.